morning. It's another pleasant week on the CACTV's Breakfast Show. I am glad to be on the show today, and I welcome you as you join us on today's program. It's a Monday. I am not alone in the house. How was your weekend? How did you enjoy the weekend? Did you go out? Did you travel? And then the stories, the news around the world. How are you coping with that? Welcome to the CACTV's Breakfast Show this morning. With me in the house is... Hello, peace.
I thought you wanted to say my name now. You know the way you used to glamorize my name.
Of course now.
I was waiting. I was already down.
I don't want to do that one on there now. People will just start singing. Magay, magay,
okay.
You said I should sing now.
Okay.
Magay, magay. Of course.
Everyone in Nigeria, my name is Peace Magege. I'm Toke. It's wonderful to see you once again.
You're
looking
welcome.
as ravishing as always. Once again, good morning, Nigerians. How was your weekend? I'm sure your weekend was no weekend to you.
Especially yours. There is no way weekend will be so wicked to us. You know.
No.
Weekend will always obey.
Because
we are always there busy.
Busy.
The weekend we like to befriend us. You know why? We utilize it properly.
Yeah, that's how it's meant to be.
But
that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take out time to rest. I rested on Saturday. I tried to rest
because you rested on Saturday.
From all the hustle.
What were you on Sunday?
Okay. I was up. At least take a day out. On Saturday was my Sabbath.
Of course. But you know this job. It's just like working like you're not working. You're enjoying your time while you're still working. So it's like that. Welcome once again to the breakfast show this morning. It's going to be hot because we are serving you breakfast as hot as we can this morning. There are a lot of stories, you know, of course we can't share all of them, but we'll try to give you some of the important news that you need to know so that your day is complete with this information. You just need to keep them at your heart so that you will know what next to do. We'll go on this quick short break. When we come back, we're going straight to the lucky stories that made it to the front headlines of the papers. Staying tuned. We go straight into the Nigerian Tribune national dailies today. Flight ticket war. Nigeria stands to benefit more. That's what is coming from the stakeholders. Wants the federal government to call foreign airlines to order on that. This airline Airbus is actually struggling in this price war. The price war is actually putting that man on his toes. But then they said, don't start what you cannot finish. Now people are of the opinion that he started that war, that he shouldn't run away. But I love one thing about that story. Nigerians were ready to dish out market strategy to him, that he can just do something, he should leave the price, but there are some other things that you need to improve on so that people can actually leverage on that okay, it's costly than not.
Right, the affairs, right? Now the dollar came down and you people did not reduce your money. So he looked at the situation and said, okay, what can I do to stay competitive? If I reduce the cost of my flight from 10 million naira to 4 million naira, I still make a lot of profit, I still make a lot of gain. Why do I want to rip off
and the others just came back to
every other person kept quiet until he did it?
Yeah,
and now you're not bringing it down.
3,000.
Oh, so you could have brought it down to 100 and 23.
They wanted, as if they are planning on frustrating this man out of business. 123,000.
It's just
to
one
go
thing
to
I love
London.
about Nigerians. One thing I love about Nigerians is, yes, we would. Nigerians would definitely want to get a cheaper price.
Of course.
But they will never forget. They will never forget who. Some person that's taking him as being a champion of this.
Yeah.
If he did not, put his leg out there, put himself out there, others won't have. So you guys could have been selling this ticket for below 200,000 naira.
And a lot of Nigerians are behind him. That is actually making my day. They are like saying that. See, Nigerians, truthfully, we might have Dangbana Shoko, like some people would put it, but then, when it comes to supporting ourselves, the way we used to fight ourselves is the way we still support.
Yeah,
and
there's one thing, a very, someone I really admire a lot used to say. He said, posterity will always tell for every person in a seat of power. Two things you shall be remembered for: the problem you created and the one you solved.
Exactly. Moving on, LNG supply. Charles tables claims against Venture Global, and LNG faces attraction hurdles. PDP chairman, uncertainty in Wike's camp. Moving forward, invasion of Oyo Secretariat, tight security in Osun, Ekiti, Kwara, Ondo, Ogun. Governor police urge residents to remain calm, say no cause for alarm. Afenifere. CCII orders condemns attack. On this too, we are going to talk about it concerning the attack on the Oyo State Secretariat, where some alleged Yoruba Nation agitators were caught trying to cause chaos in that state. I know that there has been the struggle by Sunday Adeyemo Igboho to have Yoruba Nation, but there has never been a time where they became so violent like this. So, do you think this is staged?
Well, I think we should let's just continue with the national daily, since we are still going to discuss this further because of our time, please. Because if we start, I have
a lot of things to talk about.
So let's just continue.
All right, road accident claims 19 in Oyo State. EFCC recovers 32.7 trillion naira, $445,000 from humanitarian affairs ministry officials. SON blames iron steel distribution over sale of substandard products. 15 arrested as gunmen attack Ogun villages. On Chibok, 21 released girls returned with 34 children. Wow. Muritala Mohammed Foundation, US pledges support for Nigeria's anti-terrorism war. Victims' families find solution to incessant armed attacks on schools. NUT tells federal government, state government, safe school interview. Federal government to engage hunters, vigilantes to intelligence gathering. I think that's way forward. We are moving forward to the next.
Alright, let's have a look at the Nation newspaper. On the front page, we have Ondo Cuba. APC clears Aiyedatiwa Ibrahim. Okay, 13 orders for primary. An analysis is there on who wins APC governorship ticket. Chibok girls, parents, CAN, that's the Christian Association of Nigeria, demand release of 91 still in captivity. Please, I still need the writer to that story, please. Okay, thank you very much. Insights there. Still no closure 10 years after. You see this Chibok girls kidnapped that happened a decade ago. We're hearing
2014.
Some of the girls have come out with children. I think we heard about 34 girls came out with children, and now we are still seeing that 91 still in captivity. PDP National Executive Council. Articles Wike's camps head for the trenches. Riders here, governors, National Assembly members mobilized for National Working Committee BOT meeting. Ex-Rivers Governorship's group breaks 60 lawmakers' ranks, while acting National Chairman Damagum may survive. Okay, still on the front page of the Nation newspaper, 20 held as Yoruba Nation agitators invade Oyo Secretariat. Northern Elders Forum political burden to region. That's coming from Matawale. Grab a copy of the Nation newspaper to get details of all that story and lots more.
Moving on to the Guardian newspaper, sticky prices, poor control upset consumers despite stronger naira. That's on page 6. Let's go further. Tension in Middle East as conflict escalates and concerns for global market. APC chief decries alleged funding of party by Tinubu and the governors. Ekiti PDP berates Oyebanji over 10 fresh appointees into bloated cabinet. 21 Chibok girls returned with 34 kids, report finds. And here we have concerns over abduction of men for, I'm sorry, can you bring that further? In Lagos, over 17 million Nigerians currently food insecure, says FAIR. Wrong thing, misplaced priority for new electricity tariff. We're moving on to the next paper.
Alright, let's have a look at the Punch newspaper. Labour asks federal government to unveil new minimum wage May 1st. Recall that we were supposed to have the new minimum wage on the 1st of April. I guess the federal government did not want to tell us, but we all know what April 1st is. Moving on. 720 billion naira lost to lower crude production in 2 months. That's a report. 720 billion naira lost to lower crude production in 2 months. That's huge.
It's huge.
Humanitarian Ministry. EFCC recovers fresh $445,000, 3 billion naira. The Better Edu Gates case is still, we are still looking at it.
Yes, they are getting more officials from that ministry.
Do you know what is?
And they have been able to recover money.
It's not about, yes, we are recovering all this money, but no one is being persecuted. That's what I'm noticing.
They don't persecute.
Why is
as long as you can keep the money.
Better Edu is busy filing restraining orders, filing defamatory claims over media houses saying that they are publishing her name alongside these cases. It's your ministry.
It's a ministry.
You were there. So what are you?
Insena claims she would have resigned.
She should.
Or she would have stepped down.
Insena claims she would have been jailed by now. Come on, look at the amount of money that has just been recovered.
Of ministry and people are there stealing, and you want to pretend like you don't know.
You approved the transfer. $445,000.
But she does not want anyone to relate her to this.
And just
imagine.
Moving on, let's move on to the next story we have on the Punch newspaper. Tariff hike. Federal government begs workers as electricity union insists on strike. We'll be looking at that later on in the program, so let's just move on. Recapitalization race. Top banks target $3 billion fund in foreign capital markets. Riders here says Access, GTCO, UBA, First Bank of Nigeria, Zenith may issue Euro bonds. Lenders seek shareholders' approval for rights issue. Banking stocks sell-offs lead 633 billion naira equity market loss. Tier 2 banks M&A likely. That's coming from Fitch, the analyst. Alright, let's move on. Still on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Let freed Chibok girls unite with families. Community tells government. Yoruba Nation. Security beefed up in southwest government houses. Okay? North No 5-star treatment for Bobrisky, says NSC official. And Israel and Iran, Nigeria, G7 urges ceasefire. World leaders condemn attack. Grab a copy of the Punch newspaper to get details of all the stories and lots more.
Moving on to the next paper. Okay, we go on a quick short break. When we come back, it's still the breakfast show. Thank you for staying tuned. It's the CA Channel's breakfast show. Okay, we are really having a good time here in the studio. During the weekend, we have the statement from the Minister of Information, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Muhammad Idris, says the federal government direly needs the support of all Nigerians to make lives better. Idris stated this on Saturday in Kaduna at a reception organized in his honor by the state chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. What's your take on this?
Well, of course, the federal government needs Nigerians. I mean, there is no Nigeria without Nigerians, number one. Let's start from there. But personally, I think one thing that Nigerians forget is Nigeria is all we have. Nigeria is all we have.
Exactly.
If Nigeria isn't working today, we all feel it. This particular difficulties, these challenges, economic challenges, insecurity, and here and there. If you've noticed, it is now cutting across virtually everybody. Everybody's feeling the brunt of the matter. You understand? However, I don't think Nigerians, that's the masses now, because I would love to put a gap between the government.
Of course, there are classes and
no, I'm talking about classes. I'm talking about between the government and the
people. All right.
Between those at the helm of affairs, those that the people voted into power to handle the affairs of the nation, handle our resources, basically handle our lives and property. That is because, yeah, the only thing we are grateful for is we don't have to buy air, oxygen. That is one thing. Okay, well, people do buy oxygen from hospitals. But where I'm going at is this. I think Nigerians have tried enough. We have been patient enough. We have been patriotic enough. It is now looking as if at some point the federal government is, ripping off from the patience and the hopefulness and the elasticity. Nigerians are very elastic people.
Of course.
We go through.
We don't usually get to this extreme. We will always be
someone
through
has been asking now that is it that the government, because we thought we had seen it all under the past administration. Everybody was quite hopeful that this next administration, people were hopeful that this next administration coming into power, this next set of persons are people that understand the people. People were like, maybe it's because the former president came from a military background. A lot of persons gave him that. But our current administration is someone that a lot of persons said, or him himself has been saying he built, the center of excellence. But what are we seeing now? What are the people seeing? And Nigerians are still quite patient with it all. Nigerians are still quite patient. Nigerians, with all the hunger, with all the insecurity, we have not even, become stable enough after fuel subsidy was removed. Next thing, we saw exchange rates skyrocketing. Now exchange rate has gone down, people are still buying things on the high side. Nigerians are the ones doing Nigerians. There's that. And now, we are still trying to find a balance in all of that. Electricity subsidy is being removed. Now we are even hearing of people that are on band A, in quote, are now saying we don't want band A, take us back to band B, take us to band C. Because even the 20 hours power supply that you say you are going to get to us, we don't see it. We don't receive it, and yet there's an increase in time. So yes, we the citizens, we have our role to play. But I think the citizens are presently playing their role in being patient with the government, in not being taking up arms, in not, trying to, nobody has thought of, or not like, I won't say nobody has thought of it, but no one wants to have another NSAS, to be quite honest with ourselves.
Of course, we can't deal with that.
This is not me saying no one wants to fight for their rights anymore. No, Nigerians will fight for their rights,
but not in that.
But not in a way to destabilize the country.
Because we are still suffering. According to the Lagos State government, that the forensic hospital that they built was burned down during the EndSARS. But I think to an extent, the minister is not far from the truth. Because no matter what becomes of this country, we are direct partaker of such. Because whatever happens, we are going to either benefit or suffer for whatever is going to happen or whatever is happening. But in some cases, I think this administration had to face two problems from the beginning: fuel and then dollar issue. And to an extent, I think they have dealt with the naira depreciation, and naira is getting stronger again. You understand? To me, I feel that we cannot but talk about these things that they have put their heads together to solve. One. Secondly, we cannot shy away from the fact that this present administration is showing us on some sides that we have seen. They might be working on some others that we have not seen. We can only speak about those that we have seen the results. You understand? On few, some people are speculating that we are going to buy fuel at 450 at the end of this month. I don't know how far that is true. I saw 550 on papers last week that is coming down to 550. So people were already selling at the rate of 600 plus. You understand? But what am I saying? We had two issues on ground when this administration came in. We have the subsidy issue and then the naira to the dollar issue. They have been able to conquer that on the side of the naira depreciation. Naira is appreciating now, glory to God. And we are still trying to cope with the fuel subsidy. But where I think that we Nigerians can actually support, of course we have been supporting. We have always, because at the end of the day we don't have anywhere to, even if you don't want to support, you'll be forced to support because there is nowhere you want to run to. Even those that have their visas, when they get tired staying abroad, they still come back home. You understand? That means that Nigeria is ours. There is nowhere you want to run to. If you run out, you still coming back one day because this is your home. But supporting the government to achieve things is that government cannot do it alone when it comes to law abiding by the laws, keeping to regulations, which I think that because of what we have gone through in the past, a lot of people are subscribing to crime. We have more of kidnappings, we have more of social vices here and there. It has even degenerated to the level that people have to stage their own kidnap just to earn money. Gone are the days when Nigerians, we were about name, culture, integrity. And I think that integrity is what we are lacking as a people now. Because gone are the days where parents will support their children that are still striving to get a standard. But this era, parents will be the one that will encourage their children to go and learn some things that will, at the end of the day, become a crime in the society. Yahoo in particular. You understand? We have seen parents take their children to places where they believe that they can learn. At the end of the day, this is a crime. Some people will cry at the end of every transaction that they undertake as a Yahoo person. You understand? So when this man was actually talking about people should support them, to me, I feel we should support from the stance of keeping the law. Wherever you are, be a peacemaker. We need peace more than, that's your name, right? We need peace more than ever, because right now there are social vices everywhere. That's one. And in the aspect of market, aspect of commodity, I think we can do better as a nation. It's a no. It's not a new thing that once things skyrocket, they don't get to come back, even though the key factors that inflated those prices before has come back to normal. Our people will not come back to the right prices. And I think on that note, we need to support the government. As long as we are seeing the effort that, okay, these people want to do something. Look at the airpiece. Look at some other businesses that they are actually giving lenient processes to. You don't have to suffer a lot before you get your business started. People who are in business line have their complaints and they have their gratitude too. You understand? These are some of the things that I think the government is doing on our own part as citizens. Wherever we see that, okay, this is what I can do as a citizen, we shouldn't neglect it. And that shouldn't stop us. Even when we agitate, even when we go against the government, that this is what we want, it doesn't mean that we are not supporting the government. We are just putting them on their toes to do the right thing. But at this point in time, where I think we should, especially those people selling in the local markets, my 12, Alaba, all those local markets, Naira is appreciating. We should see the effect. See, because until these commodities get back to a stabilized price, I don't think we will have that, we will not feel the impact of the Naira appreciating, you understand? But then again, some people will talk about price control. And I read in one article when the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, called some expatriates, he particularly said that he's not going to tell them the price to sell, but they should make sure that there's no one ordering food that they should make sure they get every food out. No food should go out. They should, at that time, food was really on the high side. You understand? And he said he was not going to tell them the price to sell. Maybe he will regulate later, but I read it in that article, which some people believe that it should do the price control. But as a human being that has integrity, you say because of say dollar go up, you self carry rice go, naira don't come back, bring it down. Because at the end of the day, all these people in government, they don't buy rice, they don't even buy pepper. There are firms, there are manufacturing companies that will give them. It is you and I that lives on the streets that buys this thing directly that will still feel the heat. This is where I think that we need to support ourselves and then support the government as Nigerians.
Well, you've really said amazing things, okay. However, I really appreciate you speaking from the citizens to the government. I like to speak from the government.
So of course, we need to just have a balance of communication.
The government itself needs to also support us.
Of course,
the people.
They cannot do without that.
You can't create policies that would destabilize the people, destabilize the economy, and then you just want the people to adjust, whereas you're not adjusting yourself. Every amount, since first subsidy was removed, the federal allocation to the federal government, the state and the local government has increased. Electricity tariff, the electricity subsidy that we are looking at, that is being looked at being removed. As at February, Bayo Onanuga, the media strategy advisor to the president, said the electricity ministry, the power ministry, is going to be making about 1.1 trillion naira savings for 2024. But with this electricity tariff now, Adelabu Adebayo the Minister of Power, came out to say that they are going to be making about 1.5 trillion naira savings. We are making money.
Of course.
As at March, 1.3 billion dollars was brought into this country. Yes, our foreign reserve might have dropped, but we have a foreign reserve about 33 trillion dollars. We have this money. Who is spending them and on what? That is my question. Who spends this money and on what?
But there are other projects. There are projects. Federal government is in partner with public partnership, private partnership like that on Akwa Ibom Road and the rest. I am just saying.
Let's not speak about the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. There's a lot of discrepancies there.
Yes.
That we've still not gotten clarification. A lot of things are still being shrouded in secrecy. So let's just leave that one. Let's focus.
No, you asked what they are using the money for. So I am.
We are not seeing for the money now. We are not seeing any proper. You are making savings and things are not improving. What apart from that one, which other one again? Even people ban discos, distribution companies are coming out to say they can't supply. We have poor electricity infrastructure.
The grid collapses every day.
We have poor electricity infrastructure. We have inefficient educational infrastructure. We have inefficient hospitals. We have things that need to be worked on. The Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway that I mentioned of is a wonderful project, but at this time, when Nigeria is still trying to, for a project that you are projecting 8 years to be completed, did you wait for 8 years before you increase electricity tariff? Did you wait for 8 years before you remove the fuel subsidy? Did you wait for 8 years? You are talking about the naira appreciating. Yes, naira is appreciating because the CBN is currently defending it. We are no longer floating. It is no longer in the hands of market forces. The CBN is the one selling to BDCs and telling them how much they are going to sell. How much is custom rate duty? This is why things are not reducing. Dollar is appreciating, yet things are not reducing. Why? Because when things are coming into the country, how much are they used? How much are they being cleared at the docks? Custom rate duty is about 1,300 plus. That's the amount that they are changing, 1,300 plus naira to the dollar, and the exchange rate for the naira is 1,100. So how are things improving? They are not. So yes, we cannot. Yes, we will tell Mama Chinedu and the rest of them that look, oh, yeah, dollar has come down. You still need to. But by the time they go and buy, the dollar has come down. Yes, a bag of rice. By the time it's being imported, that bag of rice is, according to the naira rates, maybe it's supposed to be sold at, let's say, 50,000, just for instance, 50,000 naira. But because it is being cleared at customs with 1,300 naira to the dollar, how much do you think that bag of rice is going to sell? It will definitely sell not as 1,100 naira to the dollar. It will sell at that rate. So you will not really blame those at the market. Look at things. This is why the federal government itself needs to, since people have been struggling, we've been hearing so many times, truckload of foods were vandalized, warehouses were destroyed, were broken into, foods were stolen. People are hungry all over the country, and now you're coming to give out palliatives. You are giving out half bag of rice. The half bag of rice is not gas that they will use to cook it. How much is gas? How much is gas? Yes, you need our support. Nigerians are very loving people. We will support you to the ends of the earth, but don't make us suffer for it. You can't be pouring us water and still rubbing soap in our eyes at the same time. You need to ensure that, okay, the people are well taken care of. I mean, that is basically what the government is for. Section 14 of the Constitution said the government is there for the welfare of the people. So if the people are not well taken care of, where are the CNG buses today that you said, okay, you're going to use as cushioning effect for the first subsidy? Where are the CNG buses? Where are the LNG buses? Where are they? We are not seeing them. They're not being utilized. Transportation is on the high. Do you know how much is the cost of medication? Businesses are still leaving the country, and yet you are still going out. The federal government is still going out to get foreign investors to come and invest where? With which people? Minimum wage has not even increased. Talk about the salary increase.
The minimum wage has not been increased. There is stock on that.
There is stock on that.
Yes, there is stock on that.
We're supposed to have that April. That was what we were told. Now is May. Are you sure by the time it's May, we will not hear that it's June?
There is a standing order that there will be an.
There was a standing order for April. Where is the stand? How come it was not? It didn't stand. How come the standing order fell?
From what I know is that once there is a talk, there will always be a result.
There's always a talk. We are always talking. That is one thing we have as a nation. We are always talking, lead to action.
Of course. We go on a quick short break. When we come back, we want to talk about the Yoruba Nation agitators. What's your take on it? When we come back, you have the studio line on your screen. You can call in to share your contributions on all that we have been discussing since the beginning of the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Thank you for staying tuned. It's still the CA Channel's Breakfast Show. If you're just joining us, CA Channel's Breakfast Show is a newspaper review program where we talk about politics, entertainment, human angle, trendings, and all on this program, just to keep you abreast of what is happening in our community and country at large. Right now, we want to talk about the video making rounds concerning Yoruba Nation agitators who actually attacked the Oyo State Secretariat over the weekend. They were apprehended by the security officials, but the question is, they were actually agitating without violence before. Now that they have degenerated, what do you think the government should be looking at right now?
Well, I'd like to start from a different angle actually. You see, this is not the first time we've had agitations. You know, when the past President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was President Muhammad Buhari rather was on sit, we heard about the North agitating for a breakout. We heard about that, and you know, Northern Elders Forum came out to calm that, you know, before it's spread to the one we are having now in the Southwest. And now we are having a Southwestern president, and now we are seeing the Yoruba Nation agitators coming out again. And now more violent than what we used to have before. You know, we've always had, you know, the independent people of Biafra, the indigenous people of Biafra also agitating for a breakout. These are the major regions in quote that we have in Nigeria, and all clamoring for a breakout. The way I see this is a further, you know, a more open degeneration that we now have as a nation. It just speaks more on that. I mean, we've always had this thing right from when we were young, growing up and all of that. We've always had this. The beauty we have as a nation is in our diversity.
Yeah.
We've always had the fact that, you know, we of different tongues, different languages, different cultures, different ethics, different traditions. Beauty in variety. All of us coming together. All of this just shows how disjointed we are, how ununited we have been so far. Everybody just wants their own. Nobody wants a Nigeria. Nobody is talking about a Nigeria. Everybody just wants to cut out and do their own thing. Yes, it has become more violent in Oyo State, and even the Oyo State government has beefed up security in the government houses. But beefing up the security, I'm pretty sure that there are other things that they are doing underground that we do not know to try to calm this whole situation.
Of course.
But I think what we really need to focus on, you see, if Nigeria is good today, it is good for everybody.
Exactly. It's
not good for a select few. And if Nigeria is bad today, it is bad for everybody. If Nigeria, we are not praying for you know, difficult times, we're not praying for bad things to happen, but if it so happens, we have nowhere to run to. So this is the one we have, and we have to ensure that we are, you know, using it. We are ensuring that everything works well for us. We are developing the country. It is all fine and good. All these agitations here and there, all these breakouts here and there, and all of that, it just further opens. For me, I take it as it's just a more opening to reveal how disunited we are as a nation. But take this challenge that we are experiencing right now. Which tribe is Yoruba Nation going to a separate market? Is Biafra Nation going to a separate market? Are we not buying the same things? Are we not all buying the same diesel at 1,000 plus? Are we not buying the same fuel at 600? Are we not spending the same currency? We should be able to come together and hold accountable those that are at the helm of affairs, because all these agitations are also politically inclined one way or the other.
Exactly.
They are also politically inclined.
That's actually the point I was going to come in from. That these things, I think that most of these people that are involved in this agitation and the other, we might not have the whole of the information, but we have had some of their leaders talk about some people who are actually feeding themselves fat on this issue of agitation. The man in the custody of the DSS, Nnamdi Kanu, already said that some people are using his name to make themselves rich. To me, it's not about breaking out. Everything, like I said, social vices is here and there, and a lot of people are looking for a way to make money. If they believe that this is the way to go, they want to get the government attention, they will just cause a mayhem that will actually get them the government attention. Ask them, if they give you Yoruba nation, what do you want to do with it? Where and where would you call Yoruba nation? Are you saying you will not cross out of the southwest to the north or to the east? You understand? But the truth is that most of these people are just being selfish. That's what, to me, my take on that. They are just being selfish. Secondly, they are not patriotic enough, because when you check deep down, right now, the one who started Yoruba nation agitation, Sunday Igboho Adeyemo, is actually in court with another Yoruba leader. Well, he has a title, Gani Adams, but they're already in court. He alleged that Gani Adams is trying to kill him, and that man is saying no.
And
this could be
they
are Yorubas. These are the same people that are fighting for a Yoruba nation when they cannot even live in one accord. They can call themselves to settle their own issues. So some people believe that this could be as a result of, okay, you want to rubbish me in court, I will do this to you too. Some people have alleged that this agitation and these people that attacked the Oyo Secretariat could be as a result of the feud between Igboho and Gani Adams. I just pray that Nigerians will see the light. Even the Biafrans. Okay, there was a post that we were talking about it earlier, right? That Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed minister or something of the indigenous people of the Biafra state or whatever they call themselves, he actually was saying he will support Israel with 15,000 soldiers. And some Biafrans were there, like they were saying, hey, you this man, I am not that part of Biafra that is going to fight in. That's just the truth. We love Nigeria. Nigeria is our identity. We can't break it. I don't see it coming. We can't break it. The only thing we can do is to fight to make sure that we get things right. We should make sure that we can hold our government accountable to do what is right. Give us those facilities that will make life better. Exactly. If everybody comes together to fight this, and nobody is fighting for one agitation, nobody. Imagine what has been going on at the southeast on this issue of agitation. They do sit at home on Mondays. We watch very, very horrible videos of how they kill themselves. It's a part of the plan of trying to break out. That you start killing your own people, the people you claim to be fighting for. You don't make them go to the market. They live in fear. Some of them have lost their confidence because they are scared of even going around their normal businesses. This is uncalled for. To me, it is criminal, because at the end of the day, it's not like you leave southeast and come to the west to make your point, and they'll say, oh, you are just killing the people on the west side so that nobody will be there. When you finish killing them, the government will give you southeast people. You understand what but you are killing your people, the same people you say you are fighting for. I just believe that government will come up with something, and this one that particularly happened during it shouldn't be swept under the carpet. They should drill these people, drill them, get any information that they can, and make sure that such does not happen again.
Well, the government definitely knows how to tackle issues like this.
Of course.
Insecurity has been a major challenge, but I still stand on my ground that if this government wants Nigeria, not just this government, if any government wants their country to work, it will work.
Of course.
See, one thing I've come to understand is, as you might be from the east and I'm from the west, we might not agree on cultural things.
Of course.
We might not agree on tradition. We might you have your view, I have my view.
Of course.
You have your opinion, I have my opinion. But we all agree on one thing. if we are all buying fuel at a cheaper price, everybody will smile.
Everybody will smile.
Nobody. Have you ever?
Nobody will even
when
remember
last did you
agitation.
go to a fueling station and see people fight?
Nobody.
It was those times when you can buy fuel anyhow. You can fill your tank anyhow. Now you can't. So you won't even have that energy to yell at anybody.
In fact, the fuel issue has helped a lot of people to cut the way they spend. One, the way they go out. You know, like I want to go to so place. I want to go to Ojota. If I have to fill my car, I will use 5,000. But if I use commercial vehicle, how much to and fro? Just 200 naira. Oh yeah, let me go. You understand?
Nowadays, a lot of persons are just trying to, you know, do what they can with the little that they have. And we do hope that all these agitations here and there can stop being agitations for self.
Exactly.
And start being agitations for your neighbor.
To the right channel.
Channel those energies to the right thing. You shouldn't go to the government house to destroy it and vandalize it because you're agitated. If you're going to go to the government house to demand for anything, it should be for the betterment of your people.
Did you know that Southwest, we barely enjoy palliative? These are some of the things that
Let's talk about palliative.
Let's talk about it.
It doesn't even get to Lagos.
When government give palliative, we see people from the north carry their bag of rice. We see them carry everything. We have videos.
They said according to what the federal government always tells us, that is where there's abject poverty and a lot of vulnerability.
Does that mean that they don't bring to other states?
Are you vulnerable? It's okay, are you vulnerable?
It's not about being vulnerable, but it's not for the vulnerable people alone. You understand? I am speaking from experience. When you go to some places, they stock these things in there and they are waiting for people from each ward to come and carry it. Where are all these agitators to march in there and start distributing it to the public?
All those distributions and all these things, they end up being vandalized.
Exactly.
All these warehouses.
Exactly.
Food that you're meant to give to the people. Okay. You tell the people that they should farm. I remember when Mr. President was saying the farmers will make more money when he enters into power. Now he is on seat. Farmers cannot go back to the farm. Farmers can farm because of insecurity. Now you want them to come and take palliative from you. You want to give them bags of rice, bags of gari, and people are. You've seen videos of people trampling on each other just to get food.
I saw rice from the palliative. Somebody gave someone I know, and I was choking. I said, see, the truth is that we get the leaders that we deserve, because check a normal Nigerian, they are always full of fraud, full of trying to look for a way to steal. You got this contract for crying out loud. How dare you buy rice, this kind of rice that you cannot even eat yourself, and you want to pass it to the public? Is that the fault of the government?
The system that governs Nigeria. I always say this, and I owe no one any apology for this. The system that governs Nigeria is a system that puts the people in a situation where they have to fight and bite themselves, and the next person just wants to get this thing at the detriment of whoever. We just have that system in the country that, you know, the system just makes things so difficult and so hard and so, you know, challenging for Nigerians that you almost feel like you can't get anything, you know, without fighting and I mean, one thing for me that I really do not like, that I still till today, with all the years I have spent in Lagos, I still do not like it. And every day before I leave the house, I pray to God, help me not to go through this thing. You see the idea of running after buses.
No,
I don't like. Why do we have to
relocate
run after buses?
Peace, my gay, relocate.
No, I'm just saying this. These things might be so little and so menial to you, but it means a lot.
Have you heard this word? This place is called Lagos.
It doesn't. So because it's called Lagos, we should be hustling.
Listen.
This is why people can't think straight. This is the reason why the governments are able to just use anybody's head in this country.
It's not like that. It's
that's how it is.
No, some other states you cannot be running after.
It is a challenge. It is a challenge everywhere.
In other states.
Other states have their own system. What I'm saying is,
but that
what I'm saying
after
is,
vehicle, you can't see it
what
in other states.
who told you how many
now
states
we get
have you been to?
Lagos, Lagos, you run after your vehicle.
Look, we are going at all of this. Is this the Nigerian system?
Oh
that
my
we are
goodness!
today, the Nigerian system that we're living today has conditioned a lot of Nigerians with the mindset of struggle. We feel whatever we need to achieve, whatever we want to gain, whatever we want to get, we have to hustle for it. We have to challenge. We have to fight. It has to be difficult. If it's not difficult, we don't value. Why? Things as easy as ID card, things as easy as NIN. You will still go to the office and you will queue up, and they'll tell you system is offline. This one is that one. Everything is just positioned to frustrate the average Nigerian. There is no rest. In Nigeria, you want to go to the bank today, that you have a bank challenge, you just have to cancel your entire plans for that day, because you know that you will spend the entire day at the bank.
Or you plan on
why?
The time. You plan on the time.
Why? Or you plan on time. You have to go and wait for the bank to open.
No. But if you want to go to bank,
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, if you know.
Sure, you are working at the bank.
No, I don't work. That's my own research and with myself.
At the end of the day, whether it is Monday, there shouldn't be a particular day.
I am just telling them that they should plan.
There shouldn't be a particular day is like okay, today.
And you go between 1 and 2 in the afternoon.
Today is good. Today is a good day to go to the bank. no one wakes up and says today is a good day to go to the bank.
You will not meet anybody there.
Where I'm going at is this: the federal government, just like in the first story we took, where the federal government said they need Nigerians support. The best way we can use to support you is the best way we're already supporting. We pay our tax. People pay their tax. People pay their light bills. People pay their water bills. People pay their mortgage. People pay everything. People go to work.
What are you in Nigeria?
People ensure that the economy is running. There's buying and selling. There's moving up and down. This is what we the people are meant to do, and this is what we are doing. All the government needs to do is to ensure that we have a system that works. Just give us a system that works. That is all we need. Give us a system that we don't have to struggle, and it doesn't have to be difficult for us to have the basic things. People struggle to get clean water. People struggle to get even the lights that they pay for. Communities gather money together, buy a transformer, buy the wires, buy even the pole.
Government will come.
The NEPA people will come and claim it that it's theirs. Okay, no problem, take it. Now give us the light. We are not seeing the light, but you are coming to take your light bill from the transformer that we bought. Why is it like that?
In a nutshell, it's been a very, very splendid day here on CA Channel's Breakfast Show, as we have been able to talk about some stories which concerns us as Nigerians. But the truth and my final take on today's edition of the CA Channel's Breakfast Show is that as a Nigerian, you must be patriotic, one. Secondly, do not forget that even the people in government, they are Nigerians. So when I say Nigerians, I am directing this to everybody at all levels and parastatals. We can do better. We can do better, because at the end of the day, Nigeria is our whole. On this note, I'll say bye-bye for today. But before I go, what's your final take on today's edition and stories that we have discussed so far?
Well, it's been a lovely time here discussing all the stories with you, Toke Bravo. I really appreciate all our wonderful viewers. Once again, my name is Peace Ufoma Magege, and to the federal government, yes, you are the one I always talk to. Please, I beg you, give us a system that works. That's what we want. A system that works.
We are not even supposed to be begging.
We're not supposed to be begging.
But please just do it. Do it already. Sorry.
No problem.
We all want it. We crave for a better
Nigeria.
And it will happen.
Amen.
It will happen.
Amen.
God will strengthen them to do the right thing. They have shown us that they want to do it. Wherever wherever area they are getting hiccups that is actually disturbing what they are supposed to do, so that we can have rest. I pray that God helps them on that.
Amen.
On this note, we are going to say bye-bye, but before then, don't forget to get your Mopless decoder. Tell your friend to tell your friend. Mopless decoder is a Nigerian brand, and then it is just compulsory. When I use that word compulsory, we are planning on growing the Naira. That is why we have to buy Mopless. We have to patronize Mopless. And then again, if you have watched on Facebook, on YouTube, do us a favor by clicking the share button and share with as many people as you can. I'll see you again on this show tomorrow. It's a new week, of course. It's a bye-bye from me.
Bye-bye.